Have you ever got into a situation of gambling trading, losing money all the time like an addict? Could you tell us some about it? Ooh, that yeah. I mean, that's a really good. That's a really good comment. I would say. Yeah, I did do that. Obviously, there's a time when you're still learning and when you're still just figuring out how you're gonna make this work for yourself. And there were definitely times. I mean, this is the thing. This is why I'm able to speak so confidently about it, about my losing trades and winning trades. The stuff that I'm telling you here on stream doesn't come from something that I've just read in a book. I've been through it. I have made tremendous losses. I have had sleepless nights. I have had situations where I would just check the chart in the middle of the night on the 1 minute time frame, sweating, being really scared, being really afraid, until the point that I lost so much money that I seriously questioned myself. What am I doing, and why have I made this choice to do that? And eventually even leading to the fact that I was just unable to trade at all because I was way too scared to actually take trades. And being angry at myself for losing. At the time, I was just working a normal day job, and I literally just put my salary that I got. I started from nothing in trading. All the money that I have right now, I made 90% of it through trading, right? I do have some other income sources, but 90% is really from trading. So I have been going through every single emotion that you can imagine. I have been going through it all. So to focus back into on your question, like gambling, trading, yes, I would say that I've definitely done that. Especially when you're making these losses, putting your hard-earned money into the market. That in hindsight was really helpful because I got a lot of lessons out of it. But at the time, it's not really what I wanted. I wanted to make as much money as I can as soon as possible. And then when you see that fading away by just basically having no clue what on earth you're on about. And then also thinking like, oh my God, I worked a whole month for this and now it's gone, makes you want to trade that back in the quickest time you can possibly want. Resulting in things like trading in the middle of the range on crazy leverage, like 50 or 60x leverage, which now that I think back on that, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And then flipping long and short just in a matter of like 30 minutes, having like 20 trades under your belt, stuff like that. At that point, there was definitely a point where I just thought like, okay, now this is just gambling. If I don't come up with a system or or a certain mindset or rules to create that mindset for myself, this is not gonna go anywhere. Right. So I guess the piece of advice that I have for anybody who's going through heavy emotions or questioning themselves is, first of all, don't give up. Second of all, realize that trading is a marathon. It's highly unlikely. Of course, it's not impossible, but it's just highly unlikely that you're just going to make a lot of money just in a really short time. And if you do so, if you do not have that system, I can assure you, you're going to lose that money in no time again. So, people in bull markets, people are able to make a lot of money. Everybody is able to make a lot of money. But to actually maintain that and keep that is the difficult part. And that is where I would say 95% of people who say that they're trading, that's where they lose the majority of their capital. And then they don't have enough to actually benefit from the bull market that comes after that. And the thing is, even if you're going through some negative experience, maybe right now, for example, I would say you're not getting out of this what you want right now, but you are getting out of this what you need, which is experience and realizing that you need to come up with some strategy or some rules to cope, to protect yourself against yourself, right? So I think that's the advice that I want to give on the psychological aspect of this. If you're going through these kind of emotions, or if you're going through these kind of situations, just calm down on your position size. And if you're not a profitable trader yet, why would you do that with all the money that you have right now? Just start small. I would personally, I'm not really a big fan of paper trading because of the fact that you just don't have the real experience. You don't have the management aspect of trading. You don't have um, um, the real experience of putting your own money on the line. So even if it's just a little bit of money, as long as it's your own money, I think that's the best way to learn. Just make it so that you're not going to be financially ruined if you make a couple mistakes, because trust me, you will make a couple mistakes, more than a couple mistakes. So make sure that in your process of learning, you will lose money. You will lose money, but make it so that that you're able to eventually come back from it. So that what I'm really saying is the amount of money that you're losing should not ruin you financially. It should be money that you kind of want to invest as tuition fee. You know, whether you decide to learn how to trade on your own, or you want to learn from somebody, you want to buy some books, you want to buy some courses from people that you follow, that you like, or that you believe in, or whatever. All of that, I think, is important in your trading journey. And the experience is ultimately, in the long run, what counts, because that is what you can learn from, and that is what can help you realize what you're doing wrong. But if you're doing that, if you're in that process and you're just putting your life savings on the line, then what's the point, right? So I think that doesn't make sense, because then you're essentially shortening your lifespan in trading, basically, because you need that time and experience to make mistakes. But if you make all these mistakes and then you finally learned, but if you're broke, or if you don't have anything to go off of once you really figured out the system, then what have you been learning all this time for? So make sure you lose little, right, in that process.